Hello, and welcome to Real Boys Talk. My name is Amber Moore, also known as Cupid. I am your host for tonight. Tonight, we're going to take on the subject of, as we do normally at the beginning of the year, it's called Unpacking and Packing Your Parachute. This year, we're going to look at the same kind of things, and as you might know, if you have not checked out the ones that I've done in the past, it is okay. I've got you covered. One of the things that we do with unpacking and packing your parachute is we look at the year before. So that means we're going to take a moment and we're going to look at 2023. Okay. And so I want you to be thinking about what you were supposed to accomplish, what you did accomplish, and what you needed to accomplish in 2023. Put a pin there. Okay. What we are going to do in what I call a parachute, backpack, however you see it, we're going to look at that and we're going to unpack it because you cannot go to the next year with a heavy backpack already full of stuff. We just started a new year. So we need to figure out what's in the backpack. Some of that stuff is not ours, and you'll understand what I mean. And then some of that stuff, we're not using it properly, or we didn't use it at all. And we got to figure out why. That's why I say, think about how 2023 was for you. Some people had a freaking amazing year. Okay. Some people had a very decent year. Some people had a horrible year. Either way, you have stuff in your backpack that either doesn't belong to you or that you don't have it anymore because you used it all up, or it's still sitting there. Right. And we got to get it out, clean it out, and then let's get back on a good track so that we can make prosperity number one in 2024. Now, a lot of times I like for you all to go get a notebook, notepad. You can do that if you'd like. Or I also always ask you guys, take this conversation offline. Have this conversation with your partner. This is an amazing thing for couples to do, is to look at what y'all did. Because sometimes stuff that you packed in your parachute belongs to her and vice versa. Because y'all are together, you're trying to help each other. We'll talk about that as well. So in your backpack, you are supposed to have these 5 following things in your backpack, okay? You're supposed to have career, relationships, health, spirituality, and image. Those are the 5 things that you should have in your backpack. Now, when I looked in my backpack, I didn't see all that. I saw a bunch of other stuff, but I didn't see those things. Some of that was kind of missing, or half full, or half empty, however you want to look at it. All right? So what we're going to do today is we're going to look at where we want to be, take ourselves into 2024. Okay? I let y'all have January. I said I'm not even going to bother nobody about it in January. But we got to make sure we don't miss nothing in February going on into the rest of the year, because we do have goals. And the thing I'm going to tell you all about goals is this. All of us make these humongous goals, right? And then we're very upset when we don't meet them. So what we do here, and what we do about unpacking our parachute and to pack our parachute, is that we get a lot of small goals. We accomplish small goals, like almost like weekly goals. Maybe even some of them are going to be daily goals. It all depends on how you feel and what your overall goal is. You can have this big goal, but to achieve it, you might say to me, I want to achieve X, Y, and Z. It's a big goal. That's really big. It seems like it's really far away, and it is. But if we chip it away and make it into possibly either a daily goal, a weekly goal, or a monthly goal, small bites, we eventually get the whole thing taken care of. And guess what? By the end of the year, you have accomplished that goal. Just think about that. So now let's talk about this. We're gonna tackle career. Let's look in our backpack and let's look at that, because some of us changed careers in 2023. Was it for the good or was it for the bad? Some of you all are going to say it was for the best, because sometimes we are changing our jobs because of finance. We go get a job because we need a job, because we need a check. And I'm all for that. But then as you get the job, you realize that the money that you're getting is not actually sufficient. So now we got to look for something else. We got to get another hustle. Now I'm going to be real with everybody. If you don't already know, having a career is amazing. But in today's society, you might have to have a side hustle. Some of us are not ready to give up our career, or guaranteed money that that a company or corporation gives us for us to step out on faith and be an entrepreneur. There are some people out there that do it. I commend you. I give you much credit. I also am one who does have a career. I work at it, and then I also do, of course, my nonprofits and work on those things as well. So I'm very big on that. And I think I think in today's society, you have to have a side hustle, whether that's door dashing, whether that's lifting, whether that's owning your own business, doing t-shirts, cups, hats, whatever it is that you do. Even if you're one of those people that makes the candy, the grape candies, if you're that person, or you make coffee, or whatever it is that you're doing, that might be your side hustle until you get it rolling. And then once you get it rolling, you can let go of the other job. I get that. So when we look at career, today's terminology of career is very open, guys. It's very open because you got so many opportunities to be an entrepreneur, to have your own franchise something. I mean, think about every company basically right now you can franchise, whether it's a restaurant or fast food, or if it's I've been looking for a laundromat myself. I have been watching this gentleman who stepped out on faith, okay, he has a family, everything, but he stepped out on faith and bought a laundromat. And he tells you what how much he makes and all this, and he tells you what he had to go through. I want a laundromat. I do. I want a laundromat. Now my goal is to get prepared to have my laundromat in 2025. What does that mean for me? That means when I look at my parachute, planning. Check it out. Planning has to be in my parachute, because that's one of my goals, is to have the laundromat in 2025. How do I get there? I got to learn. I got to study. I got to read. I got to go look. I got to go find. I have to make sure I'm in the right place. Now, I also have a friend that does vending machines. She is doing amazing. Like she bought vending machines because she has grandkids, and she's also looking at that additional money, as well as building what generational wealth. Every time this is something you need to also be thinking about as you look at that package called career. Because as I mentioned, career ain't like it used to be when our parents were growing up. My parents had careers. My father was in politics. He worked for Fulton County for several years, I think more than a decade, basically. My mother retired from AT&T, executive, all of those things. They had careers. Okay. My mother now she's an entrepreneur, advocate, all of those things, activist, the whole nine. So yes, she changed over. But at that time, when my parents were doing their thing and careers, that's all you had to have is a career. Your wife had a career. Your husband had a career. If you were a gay couple, then your partner had a career. You had a career. They had a career. There was never the need or opportunity. Maybe the opportunity was there, but never the need to have a second hustle, so to speak. You feel me? But now in today's society, there are people got 3-4 hustles, because they're trying to make sure they secure their families' and wants and needs, right? We want to make sure our kids go wherever they want to go, whenever they want to go, however they want to get there, because we work hard, and those are things we want to do. So when you look at your career and you unpack it you look at it, what do we have going on in 2023? Me personally, I changed jobs. I actually somewhat went into something that I have been asking to go into for the longest. I've always wanted to teach. Okay. Never really, I went to school for art, for design, communication design. I am an art major, and that's what I have my degree in. So teaching that was not what I wanted to do. I really wanted to teach social science and health, or not health, but social science and history. That's what it was, history. Because I realized how much I didn't like history in school, but how much I paid attention to it. And I did listen to Miss Burke in 6th grade at Montgomery Elementary. Yes, I remember. And I did listen to her. I didn't think I did. I didn't think I was listening to my professor at Parsons when I was in his philosophy class. But apparently, I learned a lot about Aristotle. I did. And so it's amazing the things that we actually retained that I now can hear and are actually going, wait a minute, that's right. Now I know where I heard that at. In class, I did pick up some stuff. Now, I digress. That is another thing. Education and career kind of go together now. Okay. And what do I mean by that? You have your career. You're working for a top 5 Fortune 500 corporation. Don't be, look at where you want to go. Look at where you were last year. You say, okay, I had the job. I really mastered. I was focused on mastering my craft in that job. And I'm going to tell you, that is what you were supposed to do. And you did that. If that was the goal for 2023, you mastered it. Look in your parachute and you don't see it there. That means you did what you were supposed to do. But you got something else in there from what you mastered. What does that mean? Opportunity. There's career opportunity in your bag. Now you need to take it out. And you need to think about what career opportunity you'd wish to take, because there's a ton of them. And if you don't get them out of there, it's going to weigh you down, because then you don't have a direction for your career. Does that make sense? So we have to look at, and this is something that, even though you might say, I've been in this job for 20 something years, you still need to look at what opportunities are you wanting to go further up, and what direction. I'm gonna give you an example of what I'm talking about. Teachers. A lot of teachers might be teaching first grade, second, elementary when they first come out. And then they go to the high school and the middle school, right? Or they stay in elementary. Everybody always asks a teacher, hey, don't you want to be the principal? A lot of teachers don't want to be the principal. They want to be a counselor. They want to be a para teacher. They want to be something. You never know. They might want to decide to be a professor on a college level, or they decide they want to be. Everybody doesn't want to be in administration of the school. They might want to be on the school board or the school system, working on that end. So that's why I say to you, you have to, every year, you should be looking at your career, and you should be telling yourself, what do I want to do? What I learned last year, how do I apply it to the things I'm trying to get to this year? Because you got to have something that you want. We got to put something in that bag that represents what we're doing with our career. Small stuff. I'm going to take some classes. I personally, because I am now in the teaching field, and I'm in STEMs, which means science, technology, engineering, and math. I am not a math person, but I teach I assist in 4th grade, 8th grade, and 7th grade. Now, let me break some down to you. I am killing it in the 4th grade. 4th grade math, I got you. I'm ready. Fractions, divide, all of that. Got it. When it comes to the older 7th and 8th grade math, I literally had to go and sign up to Khan Academy, which is an excellent thing, by the way. If you shout out to them, yes, I'm giving a little free advertisement here, but it is major if you have kids that might be struggling in any subject. They have all subjects, please understand. And it's based on grade levels, but I ended up signing up because I wanted to make sure that when I'm in front of these kids, I can kind of help them. Now, I still got to listen to the teacher, just like they do. I got a notebook, just like that. They got computers, but I got my little notebook because I'm an older person and I like paper. I got my notebook. I'm putting it down. What's that formula, sir? Okay, and this how you do it. And I'm following it. I'm following it. So what I'm saying to you is, I chose to make sure that I know and I study my craft in that particular arena. Now, when it comes to graphic design, as many of you might know, I don't study. I study the trends of the looks. I study what's new that comes out. What applications are going to make my life easier when it comes to design. But when it comes to creativity, I have been blessed, and I'm very thankful for that. All right. Now, what you might look at is that, hey, I'm in this job. If that's not your job, what is? If that's not your career path, if you looking at that company and you going, this ain't my career path, I don't really want to stay with this company. I'm gonna give you something to feed on. Smoke, eat this, chew on this for a minute. I was gonna say smoke this, but I don't want to. Anyway, what I want y'all to do is, if that is not your if you look at that company, you go, look, I'm here to get this check. All I want you to do is put together a plan of action on where you do want to be, and utilize everything that company that you're at now has, opportunity-wise, learning-wise, any of those things that will give you the experience or what you might need, training, education, whatever that is, to go to the company that you want to be in. I hope that makes sense. Now, we're going to move on to health. I've taken out my career pack out of the parachute, and I put it on my table of 2024. Okay. One of the things that I want you to look in your backpack that you're gonna notice is no longer. I gotta get my camera together. Is no longer there. Is time. We waste. I know I did. I wasted a lot of time on people. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I wasted a lot of time on people. I wasted a lot of time, and I'm gonna tell you what ended up in my backpack was other people's bullshit, other people's conversations, other people's issues, other people's problems, other people's highlights, other people's success. Not saying that it's bad all the time, but guess what? When I gave my time, they took my time and gave me something of theirs. What did they give me? All those things I just mentioned. Some of it was successes, which is great. I'm not knocking it. It is great. And I'm thankful that they included me in their successes. Congratulations. I'm all about that. Okay. But a lot of times I was dealing with other people's bullshit because I listened to you tell me and rant, rave about whatever it was, job, children, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner, your wife, your husband, whatever it was, I listened. And when you listen, that is time that you gave and you got their stuff and you put it in your backpack. So there's a lot of other people's shit in your parachute. There's a lot of people's shit in your parachute that is unnecessary. Dig that out, get rid of it. You know how you do that? Cleanse. I'm a big believer about cleansing your home. Sage it. Open up all the windows. Walk around your house and talk. And people think that's crazy, but talk to your house. Your house, to me, my feelings is my house has feelings. I know when my house is happy, when the yard is cut, when the shrubs are cut, when the house is clean, when it smells wonderful. I sage the house when I talk to it. My house is happy and I can feel it. And I don't know, y'all might say, well, that's a little wacky. Well, wacky it is, but guess what? It's peace. Your home is your sanctuary of peace. And if it is not like that, then guess what that is going to do? It's going to affect your health. So let's look in our parachutes and, there's health. Some of you don't even have it in your parachute. You know why? Because you gave it away. You said it wasn't important. I got to put something else in there. I got to put somebody else's stuff in there. You put somebody else before your own health. That's not good. And what do I mean by that? Mental health. Some of y'all playing in the kiddie pool. Some of y'all, if you know, I'm giving another plug. As you all know, we do Studs and Films, Lavender Diaries. I do that as well. And we've had some conversations about healing. Healing is a part of health. If you don't heal your mind and your heart, your body is going to be affected. What do I mean by that? I'm glad you asked. Here we go. I suffer from the misunderstanding of stress. My body doesn't know good or bad stress. It just reacts. So a lot of times at one point, I will break out on my face. And what I mean by that is like a child having cradle cap. My face will peel. It will dry and peel. I can lather Vaseline from one side of my face to the other. And before I can get out my house good, my face is dry and I can peel. I'm flaky. That is a sign of stress for me. Now, recently, I held all my stress in my neck and my shoulders. When I tell you these bad boys is rock solid, hard up here, because all the stress, whether good or bad, it sits all right there. And it makes my neck hard for me to turn my head. I ain't going to turn so far. I need a massage. I'm going to get one. But here's the thing. That is what I mean by when you look in your parachute and you see other people's stuff, it's affecting your health. Clean it out. So we also have to detox our body, guys. I'm not saying if you have high blood pressure, please always, if you have any ailments, please consult your physician before you do any of these things, right? Always. I am a big fan of cranberry juice. Drink it. I drink it all the time, or not all the time, but I drink it periodically. When I feel it's time for me to cleanse out my body, I will drink water. I just started doing this thing, and it's amazing. And it is with the ginger, the lemons, the I don't know, immunity shots that you can get at they talk about, oh, you can get that at Starbucks, but they making it now, the pepper in it, cayenne, all that. I did all that. I put some garlic in there. I did all of that. I take a shot of that every day. One, I feel like that's also saying, hey, I'm not going to have no ills when it comes to, colds or anything like that. But also, it's got some good properties in it. You do what you feel is necessary for you to cleanse your body. Let me tell you what you do. A weekend, cleanse all cleanse really. Like I got the ballerina tea. That ballerina tea is no joke. You want to cleanse out your lower body because you're thinking you might be constipated. Constipation is a sign of stress, guys. Diarrhea, sign of stress. All of those things are affecting you. You don't think that it's affecting, like you like, oh, I go to my job, yeah, it's okay. But because you're not happy, you don't have peace somewhere, your parachute is heavy. That means your body is also heavy. That means your body is suffering because you're not dealing with something, or you're dealing with something and it's stressing you out. Either way, we must find a place to let it go. Okay? You must cleanse your home, cleanse your car, cleanse your body, clear your mind. You know what? Cleansing your mind has a lot of different things. Okay? Mental health today is serious because there's a lot of shit going on in this country. And I'm just looking at the country. I ain't even looking at the world. I'm looking at the USA. A lot of shit going on. And it can be stressful every single day for somebody. So what I'm saying to you is your mental health is important. It will affect your body. If you are stressed out because somebody talking to you crazy, you're in a toxic relationship, or you are the toxic one. Being around narcissistic and toxic people will get you every time, guys. And please be honest. That's the thing that we always forget. We don't ever want to be honest. Be honest. If you know that you are in a toxic relationship and you know you're not the toxic one, but your partner is, be honest because it's affecting you. It's your mental health. Okay? Think about that. So when we look at the parachute, when we look inside our parachute and we get health out, some of us, again, got an empty container because we don't just threw all that out because we need to put somebody else's shit in we worried about somebody else's health. Family can do it to you, baby. Family can cause you to have bad health. You know why? You're constipated, you're stressed out because people calling you because they need something. Always somebody needs something in your family. And you try your very best to be that person to give them what they need. And sometimes it will affect you. You will affect your health. You don't sleep well. I personally don't sleep. I'm better now. I sleep a little bit more, but I usually don't sleep more than 6 hours. If I'm sleeping a long time, that means I'm wore out. And recently, I will say this: being at the elementary and the middle school, I sleep real good at night. Cause them children are off chain. They sweet. I love them to death. I do, but they're a lot, and I'm not used to a lot. It's a lot of activity, a lot of stuff coming at you, and you got to be. Your brain is just firing. Woo! All the time. When it comes to these kids, you got to be on your toes. You hear me? So that is the one thing I can say that I am getting some sleep. I'm tired all the time, but I'm getting some sleep. But you got to look at the same thing. Quality of your sleep. That is the thing that I'm working on now. It's not just that I sleep because I'm tired. I need to have quality sleep. Quality sleep allows your body to really, truly rest. Detox its own self. If you don't give it that, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna be sleepy. You're gonna be tired. When you wake up and you still tired, we got a problem. We got a problem. So when we look at our parachute and we looking at health, we looking at that mental. Go lay on somebody's couch. Ain't nothing wrong with a therapist. If you ain't got a therapist on speed dial, I'm upset. And nowadays, you ain't even got to go to the therapist. The therapist will come to you just like I'm talking to you. You can talk to the therapist on Zoom. It's that easy. And a lot of times our health insurance at our jobs will cover it. Please don't look past that. Going to get those annual checkups, that's just as important as going to lay on somebody's couch for mental health. If you feel, I am like this, I've always been this kind of manager. When I worked at GNC, my motto was, if you wake up and you cannot treat my customers with the utmost respect and give them the customer service that they deserve, don't come to work. Just call me and say I'm having a bad day. I can't do it. I'm gonna cuss everybody out. I ain't gonna be a good customer service person for you. Not today. I'd rather me work double than for you to come and insult people because you got a bad and nasty attitude because you're not feeling it. That is the same thing, guys. When you wake up and you ain't feeling it, call them people and say, I need a mental day. I need a mental health day. No, go. If you need to go and sit at the park and watch the doves or the ducks on the lake, do that. Make the time, because guess what? When you look in your parachute and time, you want to be able to say 2024, I put my time in the right places and I invested my time properly. When I look back on my 2023, I did not invest my time wisely. I did not invest my time like I should have. I wasted a lot of time. And a lot of that was not on mental health. A lot of it went on my health. Should have been, I might not be one to lose 20, 30 pounds or 15 to 20 pounds if I had spent my time wisely. Y'all understand? You feel where I'm going? Okay. So as we done pulled out our career. We got that sitting on the 2024 table. We're going to put, if we got a jar and it's empty for health, guess what? Now we replenish it with a plan. Not no outrageous plan like I'm going to lose 30 pounds next week. It's not going to happen. Let's be realistic, folks. If you start with this, I started with this. I want to lose 10 pounds. That's all I'm really looking for. I got a little hippage going on. All my weight went to the hips. I like the rest of me. Legs look nice. Got nice calves. I got pretty legs. Let me tell you, I got pretty legs. So that's one thing. And then I like my upper body. My upper body is fine. I got a little stomach. I can get rid of. That's part of the 15 pounds right there. Toning myself. I'm not one that really needs to be in the gym working hard, but I do need to be in the gym toning, and more toning. So for me, I have those tools right here in my house. I'm going to start using it. You make the small goals. Today, I'm going to tell you a trick. And many of you, if you actually have watched the previous unpacking and packing your parachute, you might have heard. I might have said this. When it comes to working out, and you know you are not that person, okay, but you like music, you play that music, you dance. You dance. You know, if you dance 3 songs, that's 15 minutes, baby. You have worked out. You've worked out, especially if you're doing all the dances and you moving and you grooving, you got your feel on, you feeling it, you are working out. That's a workout. It's low impact. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're moving your legs. You got your cardio. You're getting cardio. You're getting the circulation. All of those things are still in play. I am also not one to stop eating what I want to eat. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. If you know me, you know I love bacon. Bacon is a seasoning. But guess what? I am a little older now. Bacon and it does mess with my blood pressure. A little bit. I notice it. Then no doctor had to tell me. I notice there's something different about my body when I eat too much pork. Am I going to stop doing it? No, I'm not going to stop eating pork, but I am going to regulate how much I eat. And I don't actually eat a lot, to be perfectly honest, anymore. And that's the catch, anymore, because I recognize you got to start listening to your body. If you drinking alcohol, I ain't against it, but you got to be careful, because if you drink a lot of alcohol, it dries you out. So that means you got to make sure you hydrated. That means, to me, if I know, for example, this weekend, another plug, you ready? This weekend in Houston, Texas, I will be there. My org will be there. ASI, Alpha Psi Kappa Fraternity Incorporated. Many sororities will be there. We are doing mass takeover weekend. I know for a fact I'm going to have some drinks that weekend. I know I'm going to drink that weekend. But guess what? I also know when I'm not drinking, I'm going to have a bottle of water every single chance I get. 5-6 bottles a day. I will be drinking water like it's no tomorrow, because guess what? I'm about to put something in my body that my body is not on a regular to get. Now I do make my own. I make sangria. So I love my sangria now. That is my thing now. Sangria, baby. That and limonada. I think. No, limoncello. That's an Italian little drink. Oh, I am the one. I love that. So with those things, I know that because I like those items, I have to make sure I'm always putting water into my body. I will drink more water than anything. So I buy cases of water. Now, when I get ready to go out of town because I know I'm about to drink, I'm going to do the same thing. I've already started drinking. I can tell because my lips get dry. When I know I'm dehydrated, my lips, I have to use a lot more chapstick. If I'm not dehydrated, I don't have to use chapstick at all. Think about that. That's another, I know we got a little bit on the side of the health, but think about that. When you get ready, when you pull out that container that says health out your parachute and it's empty, that means you look at your goals that you might have set for yourself in 2023 and you didn't meet none of them. We need to reorganize those goals that you have. Make them smaller. Make them easier to get within 2 weeks. You know what my goal is? Next week, I want to at least spend 15 minutes a day doing some form of workout, whether it's listening to music, dancing in my house, or doing low impact activities, which means I'm doing jumping jacks, I'm doing, leg lifts, I'm doing light stuff. Then I can gradually get to that. If I do 15 minutes my goal is to try to do it every day. If I get 3 days, I'm okay with that. But my goal is to do every day 15 minutes, whether it's in the morning or in the afternoon. Then I'm going to do that for about 2 weeks. Might do it. Actually, I'm going to try to do it for 3 weeks. Just that 15 minutes. That's it. That's playing music. That's 3 songs, 5 minutes long. You can do the same thing. Walk, put the headphones on, and you got 3 songs. Your best songs, them songs get you grooving. You be like, ow. Then you walk. Promise you. Walk, and the 3rd song, when it ends, turn around, replay them songs. Because that's your crunk music, whatever that is. Then you play it, you get back home. That means you have walked for 30 minutes. Do that twice a week, 3 times a week. I promise you things will change. But guess what we just did? We made baby steps. That was baby steps, baby. Baby steps. A goal that is achievable. You know you better than anybody knows you. You know what you will not do. So don't make them promises. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. You ain't going to no gym, and you know you're not. Be honest when it comes to unpacking this parachute and packing it. Because if you're not honest, you're going to waste time that you cannot get back. And that is the one key that we got to always remember. As much as we unpack this parachute, the one thing we can never put in it and keep in there is our time. Can't do it. It won't happen. So we've talked about health and career. Relationships. Well, let me, I'm going to put that on the end. We're going to put that on the end. I'm going to go to image because health and image kind of go hand in hand. Health, image, and career. You see how that flow? That kind of connects, don't they? They do. So let's talk about image. Who are you? What did you look like last year? We all know things change. I personally am not a trendy type of person because by the time I get ready to do the trend or wear whatever the trend is, it ain't a trend no more. So I'm a classic kid. That means I'm a khaki kid, Docksiders, penny loafers, all that kind of stuff. That was me. Button down shirts. That's me. Okay. Most of the time I am in a baseball cap, as if you get to watch the video, I'm in a baseball cap, a sweatshirt, and some shorts. I wear that everywhere. I will wear that 24/7, 7 days a week, if you allow me to. That's just me. Now, recently, me and pants have been having some arguments because the hippage and the pants ain't matching. So for me, I look at my image, and my image I'm 5'1". I have a lot that has to go with that image. You have a lot that has to go with your image. Confidence is a major. Self-esteem and confidence are major when it comes to your image. If you choose to want to now, I'm not saying it's wrong, but if you choose to want to tattoo your face, make sure that it is something that you are going to be able to handle and when you go into your career. Is it going to be acceptable? A lot of times we can't be in corporate America with tattoos on our face. I'm just letting you know. Some people can, some people can't. It depends on what are you the boss? Are you the boss? If you're the owner of that company, then you can be whatever you want to be. But if you are working for someone, you must abide by sometimes their image of what they want people in their company to look like. I.e., some people have to wear a uniform. Some people have to make sure they're in business attire. I'm going to say this as a Black woman. I always have to make sure I am a masculine Black woman at that. So that means that when I am going into certain environments, I want y'all to understand I am stank clean. You hear me? I am cleaner and clean. I am Mr. Clean. You hear me? I don't have the bald head, but I'm Mr. Clean. I am super clean. You know why? Because my mother still to this day says the same thing. You have to work 20 times harder than your white counterparts to get half of what they have. It is still that way to this day. It's actually probably even more that I got to work harder. But nevertheless, I also have to present, right? I got to present because we all know that as we look at our career, the things that we want are also built off of people's comfort zone. So if Marty that can get me to the next phase of my job doesn't like locks, I have locks, I have to figure out how to make him comfortable because I'm not getting rid of my locks. No one is saying don't get rid of them, but I got to figure out a way to make him feel comfortable enough not to be concentrating on my locks and then concentrate on what my ability is. That is what most Black people have to go through anyway. And a lot of times, as I will say, and we'll do a whole nother show or talk about that at a later time, it's the code switching concept. We'll talk about that another time. So just look at your image. What did you have last year? Or what did you not have last year? That's even more important. Let me tell you, not having a haircut is a depressing thing. I don't know if other studs feel that way, but I do. If I don't get my haircut, I can function, but I'm not excited. My self-esteem is low. I'm not going to lie. It will go low. So I have come to the conclusion that there's times that I need to make sure that I'm on a regular note to get my hair cut because it changes me. I'm not the same. When I get my hair cut, I go, oh, look at me. Oh, sex, look at this haircut. And then I end up saying crazy stuff like, hey, I was going to stick with one woman, but then I got my hair cut. And, hey, and y'all need me out here. Look at this sexy. All this sexy. That's where I go. Okay. So you have to look at who you were last year, what you looked like last year. Did you like what you like that? Go in your closet this year. And I'm going to tell you what I do. You ain't got to do it, but I do it. I go through all my t-shirts and I say, I ain't wore this but one time that last year. Put that to the side. I wore this 30 times. I wore this 2 times. And I divide and I figure out if I didn't wear you a lot, that means I probably didn't like you or I didn't see you. So I will do one or two things. I will take everything out of my drawer, look at how often I wore something. If I wore it a lot, I'm going to put it at the bottom. Okay. And the things that I didn't wear a lot, they got to be worn first. Okay. Or if I know for a fact I'm not gonna wear that orange something that's got Pablo something on it, I'm not gonna wear that. It was given to me, I appreciated it, but I'm not gonna wear it. I wore it one time, I did what I was supposed to do with it. I'm not gonna wear it again. So I'm gonna put it in a donation. Boop, put it in donation. I go through my baseball caps. If I did not wear you, or you are raggedy, or you don't work no more, like you just not, it's not my hat no more. Donation. Shoes. Go through your shoes because your taste in shoes change. Please understand, every 7 years, your taste change. I just realized that I like tomatoes. I don't normally like tomatoes. I have eaten tomatoes on salad twice now. And I don't normally eat that. If you know me, I don't play with tomatoes too much. Now I eat them. Remember, every 7 years, your taste of fashion, your taste of food, your taste of drinks, all that changes. Think about what you used to drink when you was 20. You ain't drinking that same stuff now. Who drinking that now? Boone's Farm. I mean, I don't know. I'm just joking. But with Cisco, Mad Dog 2020, when you was young, you might have drank that stuff. We're not playing with that stuff now. And some of us aren't even playing with Hennessy no more. Some of us are playing with some red, some Fireball, some Red Hazel. We're playing with all kinds of there's so many other wonderfully tasting liquors out there. So your taste has changed. You might have been a fruity drinker before, or a wine cooler kid. You're not that no more. Your taste has changed. So you got to look at 2023. What did I do? What was my image? What did it look like? Oh, I wore baseball caps every single time people saw me. So this year, do you still want to do that? Is that you? Is that your theme? to be in a suit with baseball cap and tennis shoes. Is that you? Because if it is, rock that. Rock it hard. If that is who you want to be, you say my hat, my tie, and my shoes must match. By all means, rock it. But what I want you to do, put your plan together on your image. Grow it. Go look at what other people are wearing. You might decide, hey, I got to wear a tuxedo. You don't want the traditional tuxedo. By all means, don't get it. Go look for what you want or have somebody make it. But you got to know your taste. You got to find what you like. How do you do that? You got to go look. Look at all kinds of, go look at all kinds. You got to look at Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all that, but go look at Fashion Week. Go look at what some of these designers are actually putting out and see what fits your personality. First and foremost, who are you? That's something in your parachute. There's a little notebook in your parachute that says, this is who I am. I stand on this right here because this is who I am. And if you know who you are, then unpacking and packing your parachute will be a breeze every single year. But if you don't know who you are and you are still trying to find you, then this is going to become somewhat of a task. And that is okay. We are still okay with that because that means that you need this. You need to look in your parachute because ain't no telling what you got in there. You got probably some toys in there and all kinds of stuff that we got to get out because we're trying to figure out who you are. Now, who you were last year, you might decide that's not who you want to be. I'm going to give you an example. Some people wanted to be kinder. Okay? They were like, I feel like maybe I'm not kind and I would like to be kinder. I'd like to be able to listen to people tell me something and me not just go to the left and be like, it's your responsibility, but be more sympathetic, right? That was their goal for 2023. Now that they've done that and they feel that in them, they're like, yes, I did change. I'm more sympathetic. I'm more compassionate. And I like that. Now we go into 2024 and we say, that's who I am. I'm more compassionate. So now I might decide I want to wear some pinks. I didn't wear pink before. I might want to wear not just yellow, but a mustard yellow. I might decide that this year I'm going to go ahead and let my hair grow, get me a man bun or get me some, or I might let it grow enough for me to get some locks. Those are things that I mean by image. Knowing who you were last year, the image that you had last year, is it what you want? Is it who you are? Look at who you are today because our journeys sometimes take us through things that change us, uplift us, empower us, educate us. That's where we're going. Okay, through all of these things they enter, as you can see, get my hat right. As you can see, it affects each one of them. Your career is going to affect your health, which is going to affect your image. Your image is going to affect your career. You see the cycle. That's why I'm saying it like that. So now, image is pretty simple. You don't want to wear earrings. You want to wear big earrings. You want to wear no earrings. You want to decide to put a tattoo over your eyelid. You decide you want to cut your eyebrow off and put a tattoo there. All of those things are your image. What works for you is not going to work for me. I'm not that one. I'm not getting nothing tattooed on my neck. I'm not, no, I got tattoos though. Let's not get it twisted. I'm not a, square, but I don't have tattoos on my neck. I'm not going to because of what I represent in the image that I want to have in the eye public. A lot of people think that I'm that I'm an ass, and I am. When it comes down to business and the things that I do, the events that I have to oversee, the organizations that I oversee, yes, I'm an ass. I don't have a problem with that. And I'm going to continue to be. I tried last year, 2023, I said, I'm not going to be an ass. That didn't work. It didn't work. I tried it. I didn't like it. So guess what you got? You got who I am. The true me. Business me is an ass. But see, if you take the time to step back and watch me, you'll realize that I'm really not an ass, but I'm doing business. I'm running my business. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do to make sure everything goes off correctly. Okay. But in some instances, I do have to be a little bit harsh. My delivery might not be pleasant for some people. I don't give a damn. And that's just me. Now, I have worked on it. I'm a little bit better. As long as I understand what we're doing, as long as I understand the assignment, as we say, as long as I understand the assignment and you are doing the assignment, I don't care how you get the assignment done. I don't care if you do it 20 minutes after I gave it to you or 20 minutes before it's due. Long as when I say I need the assignment, it is done. I don't care how you got it. I'm not a micromanager. I am a person who delegates and I keep it pushing. And when I realize that you are not somebody I can delegate to, I do it myself. And that is that. And people might say, well, you being an ass. Well, then I'm an ass. Okay? Because I am demanding, because I demand that of myself. That is the thing that also shapes your image. Please understand, how you approach people shapes your image. I am a nice person. There are people who say they don't know, they've never seen me be mean or be an ass or none of that. And that's fine. Some people get it, some people don't. But at the end of the day, I know who I am. So I know visually what I want to give you. I got into the plaid pants, right? I saw, and I'm gonna out him real quick. Sebastian Smith. I love him. I love Sebastian. Hello, Sebastian. Sebastian had on some green plaid pants, a green jacket, and a white shirt, and I believe a tie. No tie. And I thought that I looked at the outfit. I said, I want it. I want to do it. I like that. I like it, Sebastian. I like that outfit. He was like, yes, go ahead. I said, don't be mad if I copy. He said, I'm not. I did. I didn't go get the green pants. I didn't go get the green. But what I did do is I like plaid pants. I don't care if it's out of style. That don't even matter to me no more. It's what I like. And you got to kind of be the same way, because it's all about your confidence. I put clothes on. I was always told this. Like I said, this is going to be a shout out to everybody, to different people. You ride with me. So I used to be a drag king. You had rules. We had rules. I don't know what's going on today, but we had rules. I had teachers. My mentors were Big Red and D. Franklin Thomas. Okay. Those guys taught me that when you put your clothes on, feel your clothes. Also, I'm sorry, my uncle Onyx as well, who dressed me for one of my pageants. Thank you. And what she said and what they've always said to me is feel your clothes. When you put your clothes on, feel them, feel it. And that lets you know you look good. When I put on clothes today, I still do that same thing. When I look in the mirror, I be like, you is a sexy motherfucker. Can't nobody tell you shit. You know your shit. You got to do that for yourself. That's part of your image. That's part of your image, is knowing that when you put that outfit on, that is your outfit. You about to, I don't care if there's 30 people with the same outfit on. When you walk in the room, you like, I'm busting it out. I'm bringing it to you. Look at what I got on. I don't care that they got it on too, because I'm wearing this shit. This is me. That's why I say to people, get your smells together, guys. What, they talk about studs horrible. These ladies today, they talk about us really bad. But the bottom line is, when you know yourself and you have an image, you have your image and it's yours. Tailor that bad boy. Tailor it to be you. I see piercings. I see some studs with piercing. That is your image, baby. Rock it. Be proud of it. Don't let nobody, I don't care if I don't like it. That's fine. You look at me and go, well, you ain't got to wear it. And there you go. But you like it. And if you like it, by all means, I love it, because I'll see you happy. That's going to bring peace to you as well, guys. If you want to wear a kilt, let me just say, if you want to wear a kilt, wear that motherfucker. And wear it well. Wear it with all your pride, because it's you. It's your image. Again, image is something that we have to unpack as well. Now, I'm going to tell you something. When you unpacked image, you probably had some things hanging on to it with your other people, because other people get in your head and go, man, I wouldn't wear that. Why you buy that? Why you always in this? Y'all know at one point on TikTok, the older studs trying to tell the younger studs what being a stud is. Ain't no handbook yet. I'll tell you about that before the end of the show. Anyway, there is no handbook on how to be a stud. You understand? There's no handbook. Okay? But what there is diversity. What there is variety. What there is empowerment in your image. Rock who you are. Be proud of who you are. Ain't nothing wrong with it. So when you look in that bag and you pull it out, when you look in your parachute and you pulling out image and there's some things hanging on, shake it off. Shake them off. Fuck them. Be who you want to be. Dress the way you want to dress. Just make sure you doing it. You feeling it. It's right for you. You pick your image. That's also going to make you feel good. Then when you feel good, you are productive at your career. You are productive in your relationships. You are productive in the things that you want. When you get your hair cut or you get your locks redone, you come on, y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When I go get my hair cut, let me tell you my routine. It's a sad routine. I go get my hair cut, and then I go to American Deli and get wings and fries. And I sit and I talk to my bestie and I eat my fries and my wings. It's a tradition, but you know what? I be feeling great. Some people go and get a massage, get a facial, get their hair cut, or get their locks retwisted. And it's all about what makes you feel good. Take that time. Take that time for yourself. You have to, because I look back on 2023, I didn't do that. I didn't do that at all. I didn't do that. I didn't really take time for me. I took time and gave it to others. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of it was good. Sometimes, hey, me giving time to other people wasn't always bad. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying, but I didn't carve out time for me. You feel me? I didn't carve out time for me. I didn't take me out. Okay. I might have took a friend out. I might have hung out with some friends. I might have hung out with my bros. I might have hung out with my family, but I did not hang out with Cupid. I didn't hang out with Amber. I didn't. And that's what I'm doing in 2024. So in my image and time, I'm still building my image. Please understand, I'm older, but I'm building my image. I don't know how to be the age that I am. Never been it before. So for me, I wear more jewelry now. I am, as you all know, if you have been following me, I am a accessory whore, which means I got baseball caps, I got hats, I got shoes, I got jewelry, I got cologne. I got it. That's my thing when it comes to me and my image. What's yours? All right. Now we're going to go into, we got the last two, which is going to give us relationship and spirituality. They kind of go hand in hand, as all of this does. All of this connects. And again, unpacking your parachute consists of this. Let's do relationship. Most of the shit that's in your bag right now, when you look into your parachute, is relationships. Family, children, partner. We just gonna look at them. We ain't gonna go no further. We got friends. We're gonna do friends. I think I did friends, but anyway. When you look into your parachute and you pull out you pull out relationship, think about the dynamics. There are different dynamics in that when you pull that out. When you pull out that bottle that has relationship written on it, it possibly has overflowed. It has possibly overflowed into the parachute. So we really got to clean. That's to me, in my opinion, that's one of the bigger things that you have to deal with. And that affects your mental. Going back to our health. Going back to the fact that writing in a journal. Let me go ahead and put that out there, guys. Get you a journal. We're going to talk about that by the end of the show as well. So what I'm saying to you is relationship. Your partner. You and your partner should sit down and talk about what are the goals for us in 2024. What did we do last year? Were we not together? Oh, we weren't even together in 2023. Okay. What do we want to do in 2024 together as a relationship? And this is where you be honest with each other. I think a lot of times we don't want to be honest because we're scared that you might not like me anymore. You might not. There's days that I'm sure that a lot of people, partners, don't like them. But they're still with them and they love them. If I love you, I ain't gotta like you every day. Some days you're gonna get on my nerves, some days I'm gonna get on your nerves. I'm not gonna be perfect all the time, so I'm gonna fuck up somewhere. Please note, I'm not oblivious to the fact that yes, I can fuck up at any moment. So for me, I look at it and I go, relationship, I gotta look at what was my relationship with you last year. I dumped a lot of motherfuckers. Let's just be real about some shit. I dumped a lot of people, and so did you. You dumped a lot of people. They were toxic. They got on your nerves. It was draining you fucking dry. Not financially, mentally, emotionally, physically. Okay? So when you have those kind of relationships, you got to look at it. You got to say, okay, wait a minute. Let me look at what do I want in relationships in 2024? What does it look like? I'm a single person. It's shitty in these dating pools. Where are you, ma'am? Where are you? Where's my unicorn? I still ain't found her. You know why? Because I'm a lot to deal with. And I also understand that everybody is not for me and I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. Some people might think I'm a little bitter. Some people might think I'm really sweet, but I'm just not their type. Like it's true. When you go to the candy store, you don't every candy on the candy shelf is not for you. You know you don't like no lemon drops, so why would you get them, right? Sometimes people play with shit they're not supposed to play with. They shouldn't even bother you. So I feel like that's the same thing with relationships. If you are in a relationship, talk to your partner. Make you all some goals that y'all can reach. Babe, I think I really want us to go out of town this year. Somewhere. One vacation together somewhere. What can we do? It's February, about to be March. We know we got busy schedules until this date. I'm gonna give you a prime example. My son works for Chicago Cubs, and he is in Chicago. And I just told you, it's baseball. So that means that my son has a break. I think it's maybe 2 months. And I believe it's October and November, if you really want the truth. I'm not for sure. But he has 2 months out of the year. He can go vacation. That's it. Because then he's back to doing what he does, his work. Because guess what? Them Cubs is doing what they got to do. They trying to get, and he handles their video and their marketing. I mean, their videos or their television, their the games. Can get it out. And the advertisers. That's what he handles, making sure that it's in the right places. Whoever bought this time slot, that's your time slot, boom, boom, make sure everything is plugged, and it goes off without a hitch. That is him. So he has a limited time that he can go vacation. And he was telling me that he has not gone on vacation, truly has not gone anywhere because of his work. And so I told him, I said, I get it. So I said, well, maybe this year when you go on your break, we're going to go somewhere. Me and him, we're just going to go whatever. We'll figure out where that is and what that is at that time. Same thing you and your partner need to do. If you're dating someone, it's just like the same thing. If you're dating someone, you got to make plans. You got to talk with them. You got to look and say to yourself, hey, this is what we are going to be doing this year. Okay. Don't bite off no cruise and you want to take it in May. That's a lot of money. And you got to work. Don't do that. Plan that. Say we're going May 2025. I can do that. But this year, let's take a trip to, I don't know. If you in Texas, go to the beach. If you in Georgia, go to Savannah or go to Florida. If you're in Florida, go further south in Florida. I don't know, but take a little weekend trip. Small trips still are just as effective to clearing your mind, relaxing you, and giving you space in your parachute for other things. Okay. Let's talk about relationship with your children. If you have little kids, high school kids, college kids, grown kids, you still, as a parent, we still parenting. I still parent my baby. I love him and I still parent him. He parents me too. I parent my parents because they're older. I have to keep up with them too. So when you reach a certain place in your life, if you are where I am, I got 3 children. My son, my mom, and my daddy. I got to figure out where they at all times. Because they be all of them, all 3 of them be somewhere doing something they probably ain't got no business doing. I have to know. I said I was going to put a tracker on all 3 of them. Okay? So when you got older parents, now you got that, especially if you ain't got no siblings. I'm my mother's only child. So therefore, I have no siblings that I can call and say, can you go take care of mom? Can you go do this for mom? No, I'm my mama. I'm who my mama got. And I'm okay with that. I'm proud of that. I'm who my daddy got. I'm his. And so those things as well. When I say relationships, you got to make sure that, hey guys, I need to make sure I'm okay before I can make sure you okay. Okay. Don't allow your family to make you toxic. Okay. Don't do it. I love my family, but you will not make me toxic. You will not bring toxicity into my life, because my mental must always stay clear, because you have so many responsibilities, especially like I said, if you got your career and you got a hustle and you got a partner and you got this and you're trying to make these moves. If you are trying to buy a house, raise your hand. Some people trying to buy houses together. That is something that takes time as well. So that's a plan. 2023, we said we want to buy a house. 2024, we got to find a house. 2025, we might be getting our finances together because we saw the house we want, or we're building the house. We saw the land. We trying to buy the land. All of these steps, ladies You know what I'm saying? All these steps you got to go through because that's part of your planning. Relationship is the same way. When you know you got if you got siblings, you got to cater to them too. Find the time. Don't waste your time. Say, look, I call all my siblings on Tuesday at 6:00. I run them through. Boop, 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 boop. How you doing? You good? All right. Talk to you next Tuesday. Hey, you good? Just want to know what you need. Oh, yeah, I'm cooking tomorrow. Come on. Oh, I'm cooking on Sunday. After church. Come on. Whatever it is. If you know, you call your mom and daddy. Hey, Mom, you cooking after church on Sunday? Because I'm coming. I got a plate. I'm hungry. Whatever it is. If you don't live in the same city with your mom and dad, you call whatever that relationship is. Make sure it's healthy. A lot of times we get in these toxic relationships because we want to fix the person. I'm going to say that again. A lot of times we will get with someone because we feel like we can fix them. We can show them something better. But if they are not healed, if they haven't gone through unpacking their parachute and they carrying all that shit, and please don't say, I ain't talking about you talking to them, talking about are you over your ex? I'm gonna tell you, that's kind of a loaded question. And I'm gonna tap on it and then I'm gonna tap off of it. Saying that you are over your ex, I'm over all my exes. But guess what? I love all of them. I still love them. When I look at my heart is really big, and there's sections of my heart that are closed places, have doors that you cannot get in because that's closed now. And it belonged to whoever I was with at that time. That's their room. It's always going to be there. You who's new in my life, you can't take that away. But I got a space for you. There's another little space that's just for the new person. Okay. And I'm going to focus on that. I'm not focused on them other doors because they're what? Closed. I have closure. We have gone through. Me personally, I sat down during COVID 2020 and I looked at all my relationships. As many of you all have probably heard me say, I looked at the ones when I was dating guys. I looked at all of my relationships and I found where I was toxic. I found where I was in a toxic relationship, where I caused it or I was affected by it. And then I did what? I unpacked it. I was so honest with me that I unpacked it. And a lot of that, I closed the door on, said hey, I did that. And I've realized how not to ever do it again and how not to place myself in an environment where I would have to say, I'm not going to do it again. You must do the same thing. Okay. You got to look at the relationships around you and make sure that if it's not healthy, question yourself on it. Is it me who's making it unhealthy or are they making it unhealthy? And if they're making it unhealthy, is it making me unhealthy? Am I reacting to their unhealthiness? Or I'm the one who's unhealthy, toxic, whatever, and I'm making their lives like that? How do I fix that? Because you can, if you want. Okay? Now, relationships are very tricky if you're dating. I think you have to take I think right now in today's time, take your time. Don't rush nothing. People, everybody there's these things where they want to talk about you. Hey, you can only take me here on a date. You can't take me there on a date. You need to pay for this. You need to pay all this stuff. If it's not looking, if it ain't sounding right, if it's starting to look like a duck, sounding like a duck, then hey, you got a duck. And you got to decide, do I want to deal with that? And some people will, some people will not. But that is part of relationship, and making sure that it's healthy is very important to your what? Your mental health, your image, your career. Are you with me? And now let's dab, because y'all understand relationship. You understand what I'm talking about. You understand the goals that you got to place for you in your relationship, as well as the goals that you and your partner put together, as well as the goals that you put together with you and your children. If you say, if little Bobby says, I want to go to Lego, I want to go to Lego, I want to go to the Lego, I want to go to World of Lego, I want to go there. You say, okay, all right, that is a goal. That's a family relationship goal, because that little Bobby, little Johnny, they looking for you to make that happen. So now you got to be, okay, let me go look at it. Let me see how much it costs to go to Lego World. It costs this much. Oh, I can do that. I got a bonus coming, blah, blah, blah. We going to go there. I'm going to go ahead and start booking everything. You follow what I just did? Okay. And guess what? That is some time that you're not wasting because that's on your baby. That's on your, when you got healthiness, you don't mind giving your time because it's what you're getting a reward back. When you give your time and you getting shit back, then that's when you go, oh, I put that shit in that bag. Didn't I? I just wiped it off my hand and put it in the parachute. And now it's sitting in that parachute wearing you down. But if it's healthy and it's a good thing and they giving you back what you need, there ain't nothing in that parachute but the growth of your relationship. Think about that. Now, spirituality carries the topper of all of this. I do not believe, and you can always debate against this, and I'm okay with that. But I believe that your spirituality controls all of this. I left it for the end. Maybe I should have did it in the beginning. I don't know. But for me, spirituality is what keeps my house calm, what brings peace into my home, what gives me mental clarity, what gives me mental ability to mentally dump bullshit. It's almost like a bullshit repeller. My spirituality is so strong and it's only for me. The way I believe is for me. Now, will I listen the way you believe? Absolutely. And I will respect the way you believe. Does that mean I need to convert or become? No, it does not. But what it means is that I have to look at my spirituality. Every once in a while, when I say you have to do a cleansing of your home, of your mental, of your body, of your spirit, as well as your spiritual. Sometimes you got to take a spiritual bath. Wash some of that negativity off because, again, I will say this country is full of negativity. I think we'd rather spit on somebody, call somebody bitch and hoe, than to say nice words like, hi, how are you? I hope your day is going well. We'd rather not say that. Humanity is at a what? All-time low. If it's even existing right now. So how about we know these things? So spirituality is something that you hold on to. It is what guides you to making sure that all these things are done. So let's look at 2023 and our spirituality. How much of it did we rely on? All the time, because we all know, and this is what our grannies used to say. I know my granny used to say it. Don't pray to God when you in trouble. Pray to him when you ain't in trouble. That's if you believe. Please understand, if that is what you believe in God, whomever you worship, that's your business. But think about that. Do you only get into the worship mode when shit done gone bad? You struggling to figure out where you're going to pay this? Or you struggling to figure out what job you're going to next? Or you struggling to figure out what's happening? If that is what you're doing in 2023, let's change that. Let's wake up with the praise. Let's go to bed with the praise. Let's walk down the street with the praise. Ain't nothing wrong with walking down the street in your own self, minding your own business, going, thank you, God. You know, you did that for me today. And what did he do? He might say, what did I do? And you say, you woke me up because you didn't have to. You feel me? That's what I'm looking at. Whatever your spirituality is, embrace it into all of these entities because it will help you with the mental. It will help you to keep your parachute clean from the bullshit. It'll help you not to always take in somebody else's shit while you're giving them your time. It'll make you have better decisions. I have a friend of mine, my bestie always says making piss. What she call it? Bad. She said some people be making bad pussy choices. So if you are grounded in whatever you believe in, and you're grounded, that's your first beginning of your foundation. And then you understand career, relationship, health, and image to add on top of that. Then you got your 2024 should be prosperous. No weapon will ever be formed against you if you're prospering with you got your own essence around you. Oh, they're going to try you. Oh, you got that. Come on now. I ain't delirious. I'm not delusional. People going to hate on you because you're able to have peace all the time. And they don't know how you did it. Because in 2023, you might not have had peace because they disrupted it. Well, now you figured out, I'm not going to let that happen because peace at your career, peace in your image, peace in your health, peace in your relationships, and peace in your spirituality. You're a winner in 2024, guys. You can't beat it. I hope that this was helpful. Get your notebook out. Do you some goals. Do you some little goals, guys. Say what you're going to do between now and Wednesday. Clean up one room. Take out everything, rearrange it, clean everything off, put it all back. Some stuff you're going to dump because you're going to look at it and go, I don't even know what this is. Why do we have this? We're not going to ever use this. I ain't ever used it before. Or I used it and look how much I left. I'm going to throw that away. Do that. Clean out your house before the end of February. That's my goal. I'm going to give you that goal too. Clean out your house. What does that mean? That means my physical home, my mental home, my emotional home, my spiritual. Clean them out. And if you got people in your life that you feel are holding you back, I'm going to tell you something. It's hard. It's easy for me to say this. Let them go. But it's hard to do it. Oh, it's hard. It's real hard. But I'm going to tell you a trick. It's called mind your business and get your goals together. You won't even miss them. You won't even know you ain't called such and however long. You will have no clue. You will not even think twice. Because guess what? You'll be so focused on what you're needing to accomplish in 2024, it won't even register to you. Now, there's some great things that Real Boys Talk is doing, as you all know. Labor Day weekend, we are doing the LGBT Greek weekend. It will be again. It's always going to be every weekend. Some of you might know, this weekend we are in Houston, Texas with Mass Takeover Weekend with ASI and my org, Sigma Omega Phi, and Brittany with Reign Supreme, and Keisha with she's with two organizations. She's with KAL and she's also with Candy Bedroom. I think it's Candy Bedroom Toys. So we got some vendors there. As a matter of fact, tonight at 9:00, Keisha and Brittany gonna be doing Quiet Dominance or actually they did it last night. Forgive me, they did it last night. If you missed it, it will be up next week on realboystalk.org. You can check it out. They're gonna have it, it'll be up there. Probably Wednesday, it'll be up. So you'll be able to check it if you missed it. But it's BDSM 101. I think it's gonna be I think it was an amazing show. I think everybody learned a lot. Let me just say that we learned a lot. Now, also I mentioned there is no handbook, there's no stud handbook. But Real Boys Talk is about to launch a series that's coming out. It's going to be amazing. That's all I can tell you right now. And then we are also looking to possibly do a segment where we kind of feature some of these masculine presenting fraternities to you so that you can kind of get an idea. Maybe it'll ease some of the research that you need to do on your org. Or becoming a member of an org. Let me put it that way. And if you're listening to this and you are in a fraternity that's for masculine presenting women, please email me at Real Boys Talk. I can't think. God, no. realboystalk@gmail.com. Email me your information for your fraternity so that I can put you on the list, because I do believe that's something we're going to launch in March, which is when we launch our hashtag We Are History. As many of you know, we've done a social media campaign where we feature different masculine presenting women and the things that they're accomplishing. Majority of them are brown and black. And we make sure that we really do put that history out there, because we are part of Women's History Month. And sometimes we forget that because of our masculine presenting. Okay. But at the end of the day, we're going to make sure those things happen. So again, I enjoyed you. I hope you enjoyed me. I hope you got something out of this. And again, take this offline. Have this conversation with your partner, with your friends, with your homegirls, all of that. Tell another stud about this. If it was helpful to you, I'm hoping that it was. It's always helpful for me, because this is how I get my year started. This is how I accomplish the goals that I'm supposed to accomplish. This is how I become successful. This is how you will become successful. Unpack that parachute. Let some of that shit go. And be honest about what you did wrong in 2023 and correct it so that in 2024 you can be successful and prosperous. My tongue tied. And again, this is Real Boys Talk. I am your host, Amber Moore. You enjoy your weekend.